7 Signs of a Sex-Starved Relationship. What surprised me the most is that I didn't always fully realize what was happening at the time. Sometimes weeks or months would pass before I spotted these below 7 signs of a sex-starved relationship. Number 1. You're on the rocky roller coaster. Most of us believe that having more sex is always better. But there are times when a good thing can be had in excess. It could be a sign that something is wrong if you notice that your sexual life is starting to resemble a roller coaster, with extreme highs and lows. In their relationship, couples frequently go through different phases where their sex life is more or less active. However, it's cause for concern if you or your partner consistently alternate between intervals of complete abstinence from sex and then partaking in impulsive sexual behavior. This may indicate that one or both partners are desperately attempting to make up for lost time due to sexual starvation. In the long run, this kind of behavior frequently causes emotional issues. It can cause resentment and insecurity when one partner consistently withholds sexual attention from the other. On the other hand, when one partner exhibits irresponsible sexual behavior, it can cause feelings of guilt and shame. It's crucial to discuss the situation with your partner if you find yourself in either of these circumstances. You can only hope to find a solution and restart your sex life by being open with one another. Number 2. Sex is a 4-letter unspeakable word. There is typically some level of physical intimacy in any committed, romantic relationship. This physical contact, whether it be through holding hands, cuddling, or sexual activity, is crucial for preserving a close relationship. Sadly, many couples find it difficult to talk about their needs for physical intimacy. One partner may experience a lack of touch and affection as a result of this. When this occurred in previous relationships of mine, it was almost as if sex turned into an offensive 4-letter word. Couples may avoid discussing physical intimacy for a variety of reasons. It might be uncomfortable or embarrassing to discuss for some people. Others might be concerned about their partner criticizing them for their needs. But the longer a couple goes without discussing sex, the more likely it is that they will grow apart. It's crucial to discuss your needs with your partner if you feel physically neglected in your relationship. You can only maintain a physically and emotionally intimate relationship by being open with one another. Number 3. Sex is a juicy carrot and a hard stick. Your relationship is probably suffering from a lack of intimacy if you frequently use sex as a reward for good behavior or as a form of punishment for bad behavior. Physical affection should be freely given and unrestricted in a healthy relationship. It ought to be a sign of affection rather than a weapon. It conveys the idea that our partner is only deserving of our affection if they live up to our expectations when sex is used as a reward. Similarly, using sex as a form of discipline can make our partners feel as though they are only being used as sexual objects. Their self-esteem may suffer as a result. Take a step back and consider why you are using sex in this way if you catch yourself doing so. You and your partner likely need to spend some quality time together. Plan a few regular date nights, take turns coming up with exciting excursions, or simply talk to each other every day for a while. Reclaim the intimacy in your relationship, and the sex will probably get better as well. Number 4. He feels aggressive, she feels depressed, or vice versa. Sexual starvation has different effects on men and women. A lack of physical intimacy in a relationship can make a woman feel depressed and make a man feel aggressive. Low sex frequency and problematic mental health are directly correlated, according to 2020 research published in the International Journal of Environmental Research and Public Health. Women tend to be more affectionate than men, though not always, and they frequently find comfort and security in physical contact. Men, on the other hand, can become irate and frustrated if their physical needs are not met because they are frequently, though not always, more sexually motivated than women. As one might expect, men and women can both experience depression and aggression. If these feelings are permeating your relationship, it might be time to re-examine how physically intimate you are. Number 5. You constantly get in each other's emotional throats. Any relationship will inevitably experience arguments and conflict. After all, it's impossible for two people to always agree on everything. However, persistent quarreling is a red flag that something is amiss. Couples in a healthy relationship are able to work out their differences without hurling insults and physical abuse at one another. They are adept at compromise when required and effective communication. However, unhealthy conflict is frequently the norm in a sexually starved relationship. You two are really at each other's emotional throats right now. Couples in this circumstance frequently lack the ability or desire to communicate with one another. They consequently frequently disagree on issues ranging from minor irritations to important life choices. You may lose all emotion and intimacy as a result of this constant fighting. Physically and emotionally, it is also a huge turnoff. It's time to take a step back and question whether your sex life might be the source of the issue if you find yourself in a relationship where you and your partner are constantly at odds. It probably contributes to the overall problem, if not all of it. Number 6. You're done with it. There are numerous indicators that a relationship is having problems. When one or both partners exhibit emotional and mental instability, that is one of the most obvious warning signs. This can show up in a number of ways, but they all share the fact that the couple is no longer intimately connected. They may go about their daily activities, but there is no longer any genuine intimacy or connection between them. Both partners may experience pain as a result of this breakup. It may result in feelings of isolation, annoyance, and even resentment. It might also be a sign of a more serious issue, like emotional or sexual abuse. It's critical to discuss your suspicions with your partner if you think they have moved on from your relationship. Find out what is causing the issue at its core and try to find a deeper way to connect. If you are unable to do so, it might be time to think about asking friends, family, or experts for assistance. Number 7. Your flipping obsession. Another sign that recurred frequently in my previous relationships was obsession flipping. In my current relationship, we flip things in a different way. When one or both partners have a persistent fixation on something unrelated to the relationship, it may indicate that they are not receiving what they require from the union. It might be a pastime like playing video games or golf, or it might be an addiction like shopping or gambling. Perhaps it's even food. Whatever the obsession's focus, it always serves as a means of escaping the reality of an unfulfilled relationship. Of course, a person's obsession with something unrelated to their relationship can result from a variety of other factors. It might just be a symptom of boredom or general life unhappiness. However, the relationship may be in trouble if this obsession is also accompanied by other symptoms of sexual starvation, such as a lack of intimacy or communication. Relationships can easily grow stale and unfulfilling if there isn't a satisfying and healthy sexual connection. Recognizing the problem is the first step in reclaiming your relationship. After that, discuss it with one another. If you can't work it out on your own, I strongly advise counseling or therapy to strengthen your bond.